Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. You saw the title or the thumbnail or both, so you know what this beer is. The 2024 Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout, the original. Big beer this year, maybe the biggest ever, 14.7 ABV. And they make a point of saying that it contains wheat. In fact, before I get to the pour, let me bring up the website. So it's made with freshly emptied bourbon barrels from Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Four Roses, and Wild Turkey. And it's funny because those last three, those are kind of like considered kind of bottom shelf or middle shelf bourbons. I know they have variants that have like the more stronger one. For hops, we got Millennium and Alchemy. Never heard of these. And here's the variants this year. But I mean, I'm sure you've seen that on other channels. Maybe I'll get to one of those this year. Anyway. Pour it into fancy glass. Pour it in fancy beer into the fancy glass. It's just black, inky black, and it does pour a little bit of brown foam, but it does. If you listen closely, you probably hear it fizzle away like a soda. Let's get this thing a smell. Wow, this is. It almost smells like a It's like almost like a pie kind of aroma. This is like straight up like black currants, black licorice. Oddly enough, like, I mean, okay, I can tell it's strong, but the alcohol is not like burning my sinuses or anything. Yeah, it's just chocolate. To me, it's very chocolatey, very fruity. I would not really call it roasty. Like, I wouldn't call this like cold brew coffee or hot brew coffee for that matter. Yeah, just a very sweet smell. It's almost like Black Forest cake. Fudgy, very chocolatey, but also very, black currants, a lot of black fruits in this one. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. All right, well, it tastes much fruitier than the aroma led me on, because I was thinking this was going to be just straight up a dessert. I mean, it is a dessert beer, obviously, but I thought like it was going to be just like liquid fudge, and it's not. It is much more in the vein of like black currants, black licorice, almost like a black licorice extract, if that's such a thing. I'm sure it is somewhere. When it first hit me, there's like a slight like tang to it, almost like a tartness. Again, like kind of like a black currant kind of thing, or sour grape, as some people say. I think that tang. I think it's like the actual alcohol. It's a pretty clean alcohol, I will say. Yeah, it's a little warming. If I was drinking this blind, though, I don't think I would think it was 14.7. I would have to look it up, but I think that's one of the biggest vintages they've ever done. Usually, it's like in the 13%. If it does cross into 14, it's like low 14, like 14.1 or 2. 14.7? Wow. Yeah, now I'm picking up on... I'm definitely getting like the bourbon-y flavor in there. The taste of actual bourbon. It's very kind of like woody, very vanilla. Again, like I said on the nose, like a chocolate cake kind of thing. I would say like there is like a deep, like 96% dark chocolate kind of chocolatey taste in here. But also a little bit of vanilla extract and like the actual taste or flavor of bourbon itself. There's still enough hops in there for balance. This is not a one-dimensional beer. I mean, I'd probably say this is like the GOAT of imperial bourbon barrel-aged beers, and for good reason. It was the first one, and they've maintained that quality over the years despite being bought out by Budweiser. Yeah. Just a delicious combination of like dark fruits, candy, black licorice especially. Almost a little figgy, maybe a little figgy. Not figgy pudding, but like you ever had Fig Newtons? Kind of like that. Dark chocolate, almost a little bit of like a toasty almond or something in there. Like I said in the aroma, this is not roasty to me. I'm not getting coffee on here at all. or roasted malt for that matter. And I like the kind of warming sensation on the throat. It's similar to like what you get like in a pepper, but not quite that intense. And I would have to say, considering how strong this is and how smooth it is, that's also one of the reasons why this is one of the, if not the GOAT of the Imperial Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. I'm actually able to take pretty big swigs on this. Usually these types of beers, I'm just like kind of taking little sips because like it's so intense. But I'm taking, I can drink this by the gulp instead, not by the sip. By the way, the actual mouthfeel, I mean, take a guess. Yeah, it's full-bodied for sure. It's full-bodied. It's not like protein shake kind of consistency, but for a non-smoothie beer, yeah, it has a pretty thick, luscious body. Carbonation fairly low. It doesn't feel flat though, but yeah, I would say like this is definitely one of the better vintages that I can recall. So yeah, I'm gonna give my full 10 out of 10 to the 2024 Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout. In fact, this is so good. I usually don't bother with the variants, or like I pick them up a year or two later when they're discounted, but I might actually be interested in checking out like the vanilla rye. That actually sounds pretty interesting. Or maybe I'll pick up some discounted ones from years past. So anyway, I'm rambling. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.